What's up, everybody? This is definitely a different video than what I'm used to making. I made talking videos back then. When I say back then, I mean like 2022, 2023. When I was in LA, they were very motivational videos, like motivational speaking, because that's what I wanted to get into, right? But today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's more so about you guys seen the title. It's about how to become a fitness influencer and grow your social media. What I mean by this, not just talking about TikTok, YouTube, because YouTube, as you guys see, I'm still growing myself. Um, I'm not talking about X or Facebook. I'm talking about just straight up Instagram with this. Um, because each platform long story short, you tell a different story. People are looking for authenticity. People are looking for somebody that is relatable and who they can relate to. That's why a lot of social media influencers um, bring something different because they're just being ultimately themselves. They might up the, they might up the energy a bit with certain videos and the personality. They might take it to another level for entertainment purposes, but for the most part, you could tell that they're separate from others. Um, and you can see the distinct differences from one creator to the next. And so if you look at my content, I really try to bring very raw content. I don't try to bring, I don't try to do too much. I literally give you my, what my workout's gonna look like, let you know how I'm feeling. Sometimes the intros might be long, sometimes they're not. I might not have a lot to talk about. I might have a lot to talk about, but for the most part, this is just because of how my day is going. Um, so that being said, nobody connects with perfect. And what I mean by that is you trying to portray a perfect life, a perfect image, overly polished creators, it just feels like it's not real. It feels like reality TV. And I could tell you that because I, filmed on reality TV. I was on the MTV The Challenge. And no, before you guys say, well, that's how you build your page, that's not how I built my page. When I filmed the MTV The Challenge, I thought I was going to get more followers. I ended up only getting about 20,000. Before that, I was already at 150,000 followers before I even went to go film. And then I just kept filming. I kept on making more content. It kept on being consistent. One of the main things is being consistent, right? Because if I never posted after filming, then my page would have grown. Nobody wouldn't even know I was on social media. But I kept on figuring out ways to make my content better, but also relatable and just showing my true self. It took me a bit to really figure out, like, okay, I do have to show my real life because I'm just showing, just workouts and just all this stuff. And that's cool. But sometimes people want more. They want me to show like my work shifts, my routines, my flaws, real life, my fatherhood, um, when I'm tired, my prep struggles, cravings, like real moments. Like they want to see that, and that's what I've been doing, and it's been helping me build my page. So as you guys notice, like I'm at 232,000 followers right now on Instagram, and to me, I'm like, nah, that's not a lot because I have a lot of friends who have higher followings, and I am surrounded by people that do have higher followings on social media. Not necessarily just fitness, but other stuff in general. You look at my page, you could tell it's 90% fitness. The rest of it is real life stuff. Again, fatherhood, personality, stuff that is relatable, you know? And so that's really ultimately what helps build because people see my fitness page, they see I have a physique, but now they see I have a personality, they see I have a real life, and they see that I'm just like them ultimately, working job 9 to 5 and then just continue working, even though I don't like 9 to 5s. I don't if you know me, I am definitely an advocate of being self-employed and not working for anybody. I praise that. Now, again, there's certain career paths that you do work 9 to 5, and I do also understand that too. But for me personally, I rather not. But we're not going to get into that topic. Um, to start off with that being said, you also got to understand that trends matter more to people than you realize. Following trends. And what I mean by that, you don't necessarily have to follow it down to the T. Like the trend can be as simple as just playing the same music in the background, same song that everybody's been playing on their workout videos lately, or their transformation videos, or um noticing like people are doing certain posings videos like with certain downlighting like that. Those trends matter a lot, especially with being in the fitness industry, because that's what ultimately catches people's eyes. um yeah, they say to like just be yourself, but at the same time, nobody, like, they don't just click the video and nobody just sees you. You feel me? Like, they want to see the actual you also, and that's where a lot of the authenticity from these trends come from. Um, Another one would be like personality ultimately builds longevity, and we talked about this, right? Once you are able to see that or make or let people know that you have a personality, that's when your page tends to become more so you, and like actually you as a person, you become a brand, because bodybuilding pages do tend to become repetitive. And I was talking about this with my coach, right? I am in fitness, I'm in bodybuilding, I've been in it for years. But I keep posting the same workouts and the same posing videos every single time. I promise you, eventually, my followers will get sick of it and they will get annoyed of it, because ultimately they're like, what is next? What else are we gonna see? We see the same thing every day. So it's like when you mix in funny lifestyle videos, be you talking so people can hear you articulate certain conversations. Because when people look at me, they're like, "Oh, this guy, he does not know how to speak." When without knowing, I went to school for business marketing. I do have two face tattoos, so people think I probably went to jail, you know. But that's not the case. There's more to it, but you have to unravel and show those sides and show those other aspects in your life, because people are not going to follow abs forever. The same way your abs show, they are not going to follow abs forever. So, you got to cater to your audience. You can use fitness to start. Like, if you think you have a great physique, by all means, go ahead and use that to grow. But eventually, there's going to get to a point where you want to keep building and showing different avenues. So, if you're starting your Instagram page and you're like, I want to turn to like more so fitness. Why not do it with, posting workout video, posting posing video, posting some personality video, posing fitness personality, posing fitness person, and build a routine within your page. Not only are people going to know what to look for, but then on top of that, they're going to have an idea of what your page is, and that will allow them to connect with you, because there's going to be topics that people are going to relate to. I talked about people like becoming a bodybuilder. It's tough. I also talked about how I don't like bodybuilders because the way their attitude is during prep time, when no one has made them go into prep. I talked about being on reality TV, life after it. I've also talked about being an OnlyFans creator and quitting. Controversial topic, yes. But at the same time, that was something that people could understand me where my headset is at more. You feel me? And I have a lot more stuff to talk about, but I can't do that all at once. So you take your time and you post it. And whenever it comes to your head, you talk about it. Don't be afraid to post, because at the end of the day, there's going to be many people out there that relate to you. And honestly, if your content feels real, you stay consistent, eventually people are going to start paying attention. And I say that because people are looking for more. Like when I first got into fitness, it was easy. They were looking for edited videos, they were looking for dope transitions, they were looking for how-to videos, right? Or looking at, okay, how many sets and reps you do. I could probably go back to those old videos too and really bring back an old feel to my videos, and I think that would be pretty dope eventually. It would be something different. Will I do it right now? Probably not, but we will see. Besides that, though, there there needs to it just needs to feel real, like I said, authentic. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I think that's the biggest thing that people struggle with is not just being themselves because they think they have to be too much for social media, and that's not true. Some people have that entertainment side where they could just switch and perform, and that works for them. Some people don't, and the people that don't, they struggle to figure out how to continue to build their page. So I want to ask you guys, um, with social media and just in general, what's your biggest struggle? And And if you want more creator videos where I go more into depth about numbers, analytics, and everything like that, please let me know. Because in the meantime, I'm going to show you my numbers. I showed you my numbers in these videos, but I could really go into depth on how to target certain audiences and really go to the next level with that. Um, yeah. So no, I appreciate you guys for checking in. Yes, this isn't Road to IMDb, bro, but this is just something that was on my head and I'm thinking about doing, like doing a talking video on here. That way, I can help you guys grow. Because at the end of the day, like I said, even with my 12-week program, I'm trying to build community, dog work community. And in order to build this community, I need to relate to you guys, but I also need to connect with you guys. If you guys are just watching me work out, there's no connection. So let me help you and let me know what you guys want me to talk about, and I will talk about it. As long as it's within fitness, it's within growing, I will talk about it on here on this platform. So I don't want to get away from my journey. And then lastly, on top of that, um, yeah, you guys know where the 12-week program is. It's in the link on my page. If you guys want to get started and really make a change in your physique and in your life and in your strength, click the link and join the program. And on top of that, I have a channel on Instagram where you guys will also tune into the channel and join that so we could be together. There's already about 500 of us in there, and I'm gonna keep that community growing. So thank y'all.